Have you ever wondered what it feels like to be one step ahead all the time? To move through life like a shadow, unseen yet always in control? What if you could read people, predict their every move, and manipulate every situation to your advantage, without them ever realizing? Now, imagine a world where you're always calm, always in control, always the puppet master, pulling the strings while everyone else dances to your tune. What if I told you there's a way to do all of that, and no one would even know? I'm going to show you how to outsmart everyone, how to win every conversation, every negotiation, every game, without ever lifting a finger. All you need is a little strategy, a bit of control, and the patience to stay 2 steps ahead. Step 1. Be emotionless. Here's where most people fail. They let their emotions take control. When someone criticizes your idea or challenges your point of view, don't react. Don't show frustration. Instead, remain calm and neutral. Most people, when faced with conflict, feel a surge of anger or frustration. It's human nature, but emotions are your enemy when it comes to control. The moment you let anger, fear, or frustration show, you give your opponent power over you. They know they've gotten under your skin. Let's take an example. Imagine you're at work, and a colleague loudly criticizes your idea during a meeting. The normal instinct is to get defensive or start explaining yourself, right? You feel the pressure, your heart races, and you want to protect your reputation. But instead, you just look at them quietly. Don't react. Don't nod. Don't even blink. Just wait. Watch how they begin to squirm. They will try to justify their statement more, over-explaining, possibly even contradicting themselves. In that moment, you are the master of the conversation. You've controlled the pace, and they've fallen into your trap. By staying emotionless, you're not only gaining control, but you're also making them second-guess their words. They've now exposed their insecurities without you saying a word. You have the upper hand, and they don't even know it. The secret is simple. You don't need to be defensive or overly concerned with defending your ideas. If your idea is solid, then there's no need to argue. The moment you react emotionally, you lose the psychological battle. Remember this. Calmness is control. Step 2. Be an outsider. This next step is about detachment. To be the outsider in every situation. You're not part of the drama. You're not in the middle of the chaos. You're on the periphery, quietly observing. Imagine you're in a group of people talking about something important, like a business deal or a personal issue. Everyone is talking over each other, emotions are high, and decisions are being made in haste. But you aren't caught up in the moment. Instead, you sit back, listen carefully, and pay attention to the small things that others overlook. Someone's body language, the tiny inconsistencies in their words, or the tone in their voice. Let's say you're at a social gathering, and there's a heated conversation about a new project. People are arguing, but you're not involved in the chaos. While they're focused on their opinions, you notice something subtle. One person is speaking a little too confidently, overcompensating for the lack of substance in their argument. Another person keeps shifting their weight uncomfortably, signaling doubt. As an outsider, you can see these details because you're detached. You don't have any emotional stake in the conversation. By simply observing, you gain insights that others don't. You see what they're not saying, the tension in their words, the cracks in their argument. While everyone else gets swept up in the noise, you hold the key to the truth. Step 3. The power of pauses. Now, let's talk about the power of pauses. The greatest weapon you can wield in any conversation is silence. Imagine you're in an intense negotiation, and someone asks you a question that could determine the outcome. Most people feel the pressure to respond immediately, but don't. Instead, pause. Let the silence hang in the air. For example, you're in an interview, and they ask you, "Why should we hire you over other candidates?" Instead of rushing into an answer, you pause, maybe just for 3 seconds. Watch how the interviewer's confidence starts to waver. They start looking for something to say. Sometimes they even start explaining their own question. In that pause, you're not just thinking, you're letting them squirm. They might even start over-explaining or giving you more information than they intended. You don't just answer. You take control of the situation with your silence. The power of pauses isn't just about not speaking. It's about creating space. The moment you stop talking, the other person begins to fill the gap. And in that gap, you gain control. The silence is unsettling, and it works in your favor. Next time you're asked a question, don't rush. Let them wait. Let them fill that space with uncertainty, because every second of silence is a moment for you to gain the upper hand. Step 4. Be 2 steps ahead. And now, the most important step. Always be 2 steps ahead. Let's take chess as an example. Most players focus on the current move. They react to what's happening in the moment. But to truly outsmart them, you need to think ahead. While they're thinking about their next move, you're already calculating 2 or 3 moves ahead. Let's say you're in a conversation where someone is trying to trap you into making a mistake. They might ask you a question to get you to reveal too much. You already know what they're doing before they even do it. You don't respond immediately. Instead, you ask a question that redirects the conversation, making them reveal more about their intentions. The moment you stay 2 steps ahead, you control the pace. They think they're in the lead, but you're the one guiding the conversation, controlling where it goes, and pulling the strings without them knowing. Being 2 steps ahead isn't just about predicting their next move. It's about setting the stage before they even realize what's happening. If you can anticipate their desires, their weaknesses, and their next actions, you can always keep them on the back foot, reacting to your moves instead of the other way around. So, here's the full picture. To outsmart everyone, you need to 1. Stay emotionless. Never let them see you sweat. Be an outsider. Observe. Don't get caught up in the chaos. Use the power of pauses. Let silence work in your favor. Always be 2 steps ahead. Plan your moves before they even happen. It's not about reacting. It's about predicting. And once you master these 4 steps, you'll become a force no one can outsmart. You'll be the one in control, always. Because in this world, it's not about the loudest voice. It's not about the biggest show of strength. It's about the quiet strategist who knows exactly when to move and when to wait. It's about being the one who outsmarts everyone without them ever realizing it. And now, you know how to become that person.